Interested in kicking up your vocals up a notch on GarageBand? Well, today is your lucky day. We are going to be talking about the importance of harmony, creating a vocal double, and putting that all together in a free program or digital audio workstation called GarageBand. We're going to go through some of the basics on how to use this program, but also get a little bit deeper into how to make your vocals pop on any track that you play with. You will find that it is super simple to do at home, whether it's on an iPad or a Mac or even your iPhone. Today, I'm going to be using my Focusrite 𝔸𝔻𝕆𝔝𝔸𝕄 Scarlett along with a pair of headphones from Orange Amps and my good old NTR Rode microphone. Of course, feel free to use any microphone that you have. I prefer using a condenser mic over anything else because the quality of the microphone is going to be better than most USB microphones. One that I would totally suggest is the NT1A, which I used for years. I used it for streaming, podcasting, etc. I just love this NTR because I do a lot of acoustic recordings and it just adds a lot of body, warmth, and presence to my already pretty warm voice. So let's get started. Be sure to check out adorama.com to get the best deals. Whether it's recording video and audio at home, setting up your live stream, or getting some music gear, Adorama has it all. Let's just start over from scratch just for fun. So I'm not going to worry about the details because these are things that you could shift later on if you change your mind about tempo, key signature, time signature, major, minor, or if you want to change your input and output device, you could actually change that later on in the program itself. So we're just going to go ahead and choose this. This window will pop up to see what kind of track type you want to use. And because we're recording vocals today, we want to choose the microphone. Make sure your XLR from your microphone is plugged into the input of choice here. In my case, it's plugged into input 1, so I'm going to choose that. I do want to hear my instrument right here as I play and record. And again, on this screen, you could change your input and output in case you didn't do it in the previous screen. And I'm just going to double check that it is under my Scarlett 𝔸𝔻𝕆𝔝𝔸𝕄 USB, which it is. You could toggle back and forth from different settings by clicking these up and down arrows. And everything looks good to go. Let's hit the button that says Create. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on vocal layering and harmonies. So in our first audio track here, which is armed, and you could tell it's armed because the green bar is kind of bouncing back and forth in conjunction with my vocals. Every time I make noise, it's bouncing to that. So to the right of the track, you're going to right click with your mouse, add audio file. I'm just going to go ahead and drop in an instrumental track. So once you have that audio track to work with, you're going to go underneath here or press this plus button to add a microphone track. And you're going to go ahead and arm it by clicking on that track. And you could see that the green bar is bouncing on that track that I just clicked on, which means it's armed. Okay, we're good to go. Let's track a main vocal line, which is going to be my main melody. And this is the thing that I'm going to be developing harmonies for and stacking vocals on top. Here we go. All right, stay with me all night. I ain't got no shame, ain't no other day. She's the one, her name is Mary, Mary, Mary. Okay, now that I recorded my main melody, let's sing it one more time so that we can fatten up that vocal and have this stereo effect on the chorus. So we're gonna go ahead and add new track, make sure the thing is armed, and we're gonna go ahead and record again. All right, stay with me all night. All right. So what we have here is our main vocal line and a double. Now, whenever you double your melody, especially if it's your main vocal track, you want to make sure you are singing as accurately to the main track as possible. So if you're trying to double that, you're not hearing these mismatched places with rhythm and notes. Of course, you could fix that with different software, but if you have a raw version of it where it's pretty dang close, that's always going to be something that's fixed by computer. All right, let's do a harmony. All right, stay with me all night. So recording your harmony twice allows you to later on pan your vocals however you want. So you could do maybe one version of it on, let's say 2 o'clock, and then the other version of it on 11 o'clock, just to kind of create this dynamic range of sound that's not just straight down the middle, and it'll add more depth to your vocals. So let's track that one more time. Same thing. All right, stay with me all night. I ain't got no shame, ain't no other day. Okay, let's do a low harmony twice, and then let's go ahead and just play around with the tracks just to see what it sounds like so far. By the way, if you don't know what the harmony is to your main line, you could always sit there and just play it back until you figure out what the harmony is. You don't have to do big chunks like this, but that's the great part about recording, is that you could just sit there, keep pressing play, rewind, keep pressing play to figure out what parts you want to actually record, and thus it makes it easier to stack things like vocals, just like what I'm doing. All right, let's try that low harmony. All right, stay with me all night. All right, stay with me all night. Okay, let's see what we have, and before we go on, let's label everything. This will be my main vocals. Okay, so real quick, let's turn down that vocal double about 5 decibels. And then let's turn down the high harmonies as well. And you're gonna wanna turn these down immediately just because you don't want it piercing through the track. And I already know that I'm gonna be burying them a little bit deeper into the mix anyway later on, so I'm just decreasing the volume right now. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. All right, stay with me all night. Now let's talk about a little bit of mixing. In case you don't like the sound that's coming out rough from your vocal mic, you could always add effects in the program. And it's so easy to use. You could just toggle back and forth through different effects right here in this library. There's a section that says voice. You're gonna click on that and it'll carry you through this menu that allows you to choose if you want to use bright vocals, classical vocals, compressed vocals, dance vocals, edge vocals, fuzz vocals, narration vocals. Really, the possibilities are kind of endless here. You could always, let's say, just pick bright. Let's pick the bright vocal and let's add it to our main vocal line, and let's go ahead and solo that track. And how you do that is you hit this solo button that looks like a pair of headphones. So when you hit solo, all the other lines will actually turn gray, so it's reminding you which track is being listened to. All right, classical vocal, stay with me, compressed, dance vocal, fuzz, and so on and so forth. So not only can you rename things, but you can actually change the track color to things. Check it out. So if you are a visual person like I am, and you want to separate the colors of different tracks just so you could have an easier workflow, I highly suggest using Assign Track Color, which you could right click, scroll down, assign track color, and pick whatever you want. Generally, I like to use the main vocals and the vocal double as the same color, and then everything else, you know, I assign something different. Like, let's make this pink, and let's make this a darker pink. So yeah, just a pro tip on making things just a little bit more visually appealing. Okay, so let's say you want to stack more vocals, or you want to just listen to a certain part in the song over and over again. You could always go to this top bar here, click and hold to highlight, and if you hit the space bar or play, it'll actually loop that section for you so that you could listen to something over and over again. Last but not least, if you want to share the song to somebody who is interested in mixing or listening or producing for you, you go to share up here, export song to disk. Let's rename it Mary Vocals Chorus. Pick the file where you want it to end up, and usually if somebody's trying to manipulate the track, you're gonna want them to have a waveform because that is what they're going to want to manipulate within the program. However, if you're just sending it to a buddy, or if you just want to listen back to whatever you did, you're probably going to want to use an MP3, and you could change the quality right here. It defaults to high quality, so let's just keep it there. You're going to hit the button export, and this bounces the entire song down so that you can listen to it front to back. So there you have it, guys. It is so simple to track vocals, make harmony stacks, and do double lines, and also toggle back and forth between different effects on the program GarageBand. I hope you guys found this tutorial really helpful. If you guys want other tutorials or any other topics you want us to tackle, please comment below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Raquel Lily. I'll see you guys later.